time to find out if it was more than the Z-King. And as we say that, we are here on Oxide, LE. I'm not gonna be saying what LE stands for. But in the bottom left corner of Oxide LE, we have the blue Zerg player, the Russian Zerg player. Hold up, 1 second. Representing no team right now. For reasons I'm not gonna discuss right now. But it is this blue Zerg player, Vanya.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the German Terran player. He is red. He is representing Mouse Sports. Team Mouse Sports. It is HeRoMaRinE.
So, is it Mouse Sports or is it Mouse Esports?
I was about to say Mouse Esports, and then I had to like correct myself there because it is Mouse Sports from what I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
I always said it as Mouse Esports.
We need the chat needs to figure it out. Is it Mouse Sports or is it Mouse Esports? I thought it was Mouse Sports. I've heard people say that. I could be wrong.
I mean, I've heard people say many things. That's what
True.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like, look, people say anything, but who's correct here? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, what's the correct version? Because, we have GGE Mini, but does that mean that's the right way?
Exactly. I mean, time and time again, we hear Tasteosis call it Zound, even though time and time again, Sushi tweets at them saying, like, this is how you pronounce Zhao Yun, and it's like, God damn it.
Look, it's hard, okay? It's hard.
Shaking my head. Yeah. Meanwhile, we do have a pretty standard opening here from Vanya. We have our hatch gas pool opening here, nothing too crazy, but I'm excited, especially when it comes to Vanya. Vanya isn't quite Bly, he isn't a hyper aggressive Zerg player, but he's got his own style from time to time.
Yeah, that he does, but so far it looks like it's gonna be pretty chill game, game. The Reaper comes in and trying to see what's up, and the Link micro, he loses one Link, but pretty decent still.
Yeah, again, I mean, sure you're losing links, but at least you're not losing workers.
Exactly.
That's the ideal here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, HeRoMaRinE, he's going for what has become very standard in this matchup, and that is third CC before Starport.
Oh yeah, we've seen that a lot in the past few months. And that seems to be what HeRoMaRinE likes to go for as well.
Yeah, it's a very economic focused opener here. I mean, sure, you can argue that maybe it's a little bit vulnerable to some more aggressive styles, but I mean, it's pretty standard, especially when your opponent is playing standard. So he does get away with that greed, does delay his starport a little bit, but again, much faster third CC.
Yeah, the Reaper let him know that Vanya is not going for anything cheeky, so it was safe for him to actually build that CC there. But we'll see what happens next. What do you think HeRoMaRinE may go for?
I mean, I don't expect anything crazy from HeRoMaRinE, to be honest. Like, I'm more interested in what Vanya's going to do because, again, HeRoMaRinE, mate, it's big game. He's one of the best Terran players in Europe, in the world. And Vanya's up there when it comes to European Zerg, sure, but he's no Cyril, he's no Raynor, right? Like, he's still not quite at that level. So I feel like it's on him to switch things up here to take the series.
I mean, as we said, like we saw the series scores between him and HeRoMaRinE, so he has to come up with something to catch him off guard.
Exactly. You were talking about the head-to-head, right? Where in their history of playing against each other, Vanya has only won a single best of series, and that's that doesn't fill me with confidence, I must say.
I mean, there was a lot of series, but yeah, like games HeRoMaRinE seems to be pretty dominant here. And he's going for a Cloak Banshee that has not been scouted yet by Vanya, I believe.
There you go. As you were saying, Vanya still did actually go in with an Overlord, did sacrifice it to scout the 1-1-1, did see the tech lab on the starport, so he should be well aware that Banshees are on the way.
Okay, so he did see the tech lab, but is he prepared for the Banshees? He has a few queens, so that's nice. Oh, there you go. There go the spores.
Yes, delaying it for as long as possible so you are as efficient as possible with your mining, with your drones. The spores are on the way. Meanwhile, HeRoMaRinE is banking up these Banshees. One is out. He is waiting a little bit for the second, but there we go. It is moving out.
I mean, the second should catch up to the first one soon enough. That seems to be very common nowadays to send just 2 together. And those Hellions are really trying to get in, but the Queens are fending them off for now.
Yeah, exactly. So far, the Hellions have not found a way in, but what they are doing is they're distracting these Queens. They're keeping them busy so that eventually the Banshees can dive in. Speaking of, there we go. 2 Banshees are finally out, and then HeRoMaRinE can send them out across the map. I said, send them. There we go.
There you go.
God damn HeRoMaRinE.
He was waiting for the thread, okay?
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. So with 2 Banshees, obviously the reason why you want to wait is because Banshees, they can one-shot drones if there are 2 of them. On top of that, even with 2 Banshees, you can chase down Queens that are a little bit isolated.
I mean, with the range of Banshees, that seems pretty doable. These Helios are really trying to get something, but all they get is the attention of Queens, which is actually quite useful for those Banshees as they fly into the natural.
Yeah, exactly. There's only 1 Queen here, the Injecting Queen, and that is not going to be enough to push away these Banshees. So 4, almost 5. Oh, can we get 6? We do. 6 drones go down.
Yeah, pretty decent. And those Hellions are still there, so Vanya has to be very careful where he puts his forces, because if he just misses one spot, like, he can lose a lot.
Oh yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, thankfully, Vanya does send a couple extra Queens here, so he does fend off these Banshees, but they still deal a lot of damage. Meanwhile, oh my god, the Hellies, they get surrounded!
Nice surround. Like, the Hellions tried to bunch up next to the wall, but the Zerglings just went right in.
Yeah, feels bad, man. Especially because HeRoMaRinE and Armory's on the way. Ideally, like, those Hellions, you just, delay some creep, you be a little bit annoying, you keep them alive for the mid-game, and then you turn them all into Hellbats and push out with your Bio. But unfortunately, that entire option was just stripped away from him.
Yeah, Baneling speed is about to finish, so those Marines have to be very careful to not run into some explosions.
Oh god, yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the Marines are here. They're cleaning up as much creep as possible. Bathing speed is done, and we should see, there we go, a hot pickup. Only 2 Marines do go down.
Only some creep cleaning, but at the very least, the Marines are still alive for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, there's no active creep trimmers here. Like, they did their job. Going to force the Queens to rotate around. Meanwhile, the Banshees show up once again here on the left-hand side of the map. Instead, they did rotate around the entirety of the map. Now they're back killing these drones.
Yeah, that's what the drop did as well. Like, all the forces were pulled to the other side. This Banshee is so...
Oh god! Oh, it's 1 decent Baneling connection, but here are the splits from Big Game. He does clean up this small army, but we have some reinforcements coming in.
Yep.
Decent with a mine shot, but... Exactly,
yeah, the mine got some reinforcements, but not this brawling Bane force.
Yeah, exactly. And there's not really enough here to keep pressing forward. Like, there should be plenty for Vanya. Yeah, the Banelings are ready to just dive on in. Nice focus fire.
He's waiting for that mine to reset, I think.
That he is. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a sling run by, but unfortunately, he runs into the reinforcements. HeRoMaRinE will defend this and at the same time push forward.
Well, the Banes are rolling in, but the mines takes out some of them, but not all. There's round 2.
Oh yeah, and in the end, Vanya will defend, but there was some good defense as well by HeRoMaRinE. Again, the run by could have been devastating, but there was plenty at home to deal with that. Meanwhile, the creep is getting a little bit out of control here on the left-hand side.
It is. Also, I would say this, like, considering how much harassment HeRoMaRinE is doing, Vanya has pretty decent drone count, I would say. Like, he's been re-macroing and making units as well, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, ooh, the mine shot doesn't get a juicy connection there. HeRoMaRinE is forced back. And you're right, like, HeRoMaRinE, just other than the Banshees, he just hasn't really been able to deal any economic damage.
Yeah. I'm just really looking at those mines as they're digging in right next to the Marines, because the friendly fire potential with all the Zerglings around, it's pretty close.
It is there. What I will say is that HeRoMaRinE has been really on point when it comes to unburrowing his mines and not allowing any friendly fire. It's been honestly really impressive to see, but he just doesn't have the numbers here. But the Widow mines, oh my god, are they going to go off? Oh, they do not!
Yeah, the Widow's mines were cleaned up. There is more Marines coming, but where's the mine support?
And what's important is that as these two armies have been trading behind this, Vanya, yo, he got a Hydra Den, Lurker Den is done as well. We do have a Hive, we have Groove Spines on the way. Like, he's been defending with Ling Bane and he's taking up into Lurkers. And once he gets them out, like, it's going to be so much more difficult for HeRoMaRinE to really bust through.
Yeah, there's a trap coming here to distract Vanya a bit. And it's actually working a bit, as he has to be very careful with the force on the front. The Lurkers dig in. There is a scan, so they're visible.
Yeah, exactly. He does see those Lurkers, but he can't really do anything about the Lurkers. Widowmine shot goes off, decent connection, but again, there's plenty here to defend. At the same time, there is a drop here towards the bottom right-hand side of the map. Oh my god, actually getting a lot of drones.
Yeah, this drop actually is doing a lot of damage because the links just can't follow it fast enough. And Vanya is more like busy with the fight on the front, so he can't perfectly defend the bases in the back.
Yeah, and I love the transition into these Liberators. Like, HeRoMaRinE, he's so on point. He is ready for the Lurkers, and these Liberators, they just force them back. And there we go. One Lurker gets focused down. The second, the third, every single Lurker goes down.
It looked so good for Vanya, and the Liberators came, and the drop did a lot of damage on the back. And now it's looking a bit rough.
Mate, there's no more Banelings left here for Vanya. That was everything that he had. We have a massive wave of Lings on the way, but again, they're Lings. Okay, there we go. A couple of Banelings are rolling in as well, but it's not enough. GG gets called, and HeRoMaRinE just overpowers Vanya.
That he does. Yeah, like I'm actually, I don't want to say surprised, but like it looked really good for Vanya. Like, he was defending decently. He was like remaking his workers. He was making like good enough army.
Mm-hmm.
But then HeRoMaRinE just didn't stop. He just kept going. It's just more reinforcements kept coming. Like basically, like, Vanya was defending, but HeRoMaRinE's push never stopped.
It's one of those things where Vanya was defending and he was sustaining some losses, right? He was trading against the army. Honestly, it just felt like HeRoMaRinE's macro was just superior, right? Where, like, as you said, the train just wouldn't stop for HeRoMaRinE, and Vanya, sure, he was holding on for a while, and he was taking up hard. Like, he was spending a lot of resources on that tech, on the Hive, on the Lurkers. In the end, he only got 3 Lurkers out. Right, like, that's how strapped for cash he was, like, it just wasn't enough there. You could argue maybe he was being a little bit too greedy with that. Maybe instead of taking up as fast as possible, he should have focused a little bit more on the Ling Bane so he would have a little bit more army. But yeah, regardless, just over time he was whittled down. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you were pointing out, oh yeah, look, he has all this tech here. Yeah, but he has no units anymore.
Yeah, like, exactly.
I guess that happens.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not like Vanya was fighting badly. It honestly didn't look that bad for him. He just kind of ran out of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like, just ran out of things.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the last game, and this is the next game, where on 2000 atmospheres, LE, in the top right corner, we have the red Terran player, apparently forever representing Mouse Esports because he's been on that team for years now.
Mm-hmm.
It is the biggest of games, HeRoMaRinE.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Russian Zerg player. He is he is blue, representing himself. It is Vanya.
I just want to pull that back to how you said that he only needs a Z key.
Mm-hmm.
He used much more than a Z key.
Maybe that was the problem. You know, maybe it's too many keys.
Maybe.
Oh god. Also, just as an update, we did get confirmation from chat that it was Mouse Sports. It always has been. We also got some troll ones that it was like mouse. It was like Mouse Ports or something. I don't know. There was some questionable iterations of Mouse Sports in the chat. Now Portes? I don't know. It's
Now Portes? Okay. Are we going Spanish now?
Oh my god. But yeah, what a game there. What a game 1. It was just very solid play there by HeRoMaRinE. There were moments here and there where maybe he was trading a little bit less efficiently, but again, those moments were few and far between. It was just solid Terran.
Yeah, I was really impressed by basically by his macro, where like yeah, the reinforcement just kept coming. Like whenever you looked at the map, there was more reinforcements coming. It was just non-stop.
Yeah, I think something that we should probably highlight as well about that, which we didn't really touch on, is how active HeRoMaRinE was in the middle of the map with the drops and everything, and he never gave an opportunity for Vanya himself to be aggressive. And I feel like that's kind of what Vanya is known for, his aggression. So yeah, like he tried to go for a run by like once, and it fell on its face, and that's it. Like he just didn't have the breathing room to go out across the map, try to go for the Ling run bys or the Bailing run bys, or hinder the economy in any way to HeRoMaRinE.
Yeah, we will see if this changes this game, but so far the builds look fairly similar to the previous one.
Oh, exactly. Well, yeah, the opener is very similar here. From HeRoMaRinE, big surprise, he is going for, he's actually going for a 1-1-1 opener here.
Oh, there you go. So there is a change.
That there is.
See what he's gonna do with that.
Yeah, so this time he does not go for that fast CC, so he's looking to be a little bit more aggressive this game. Another thing to point out is that we do not see a tech lab on this rack, so we're not going to be seeing a switch, we're not going to be seeing a Banshee or like a BC or anything like that. I imagine instead we may see either a Lib or a Medevac. Show us the Lib. Up. Oh, Medevac.
Nope.
There you go.
Nope. It's a Medevac. Do you think there will be Hellbats too? Or just
that would be crazy. That'd be insane, maybe. Oh god, I mean we have a decent amount of Hellions, not gonna lie, you know. With this Medevac as well, he's just gonna be sending it across the map. Throwing an armory with a Hellbat push, like I wouldn't be opposed to that.
It could work, but I'm not sure if that's what he has in mind. We'll see.
Yeah, there we go. We do see a transition. We see some tech labs being thrown down. He's just going across the map with his Marines, almost a full medevac of them, alongside these 4 Hellions.
Yeah, looks like it will be one of those attacks where the Hellions are distracting the Zerg at the front while the drop is sneaking by from the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
I said sneaking by, not attacking the open.
Well, it's distracting all of these queens, and meanwhile the Hellions are slipping into the natural. The queens are out of position, only Links to defend.
Yeah, there's a bit of links here, but I don't think it's enough to properly surround those Hellions. He would have to get a really good position. But HeRoMaRinE is playing careful. Yeah,
he doesn't commit. He doesn't want to just throw away his Hellions. Instead, he pokes in, he pokes out, and ooh, the medevac drop is getting into the main.
It was spotted.
Yeah, it shouldn't deal too much. There we go. We do see a pickup. But for the most part, HeRoMaRinE has kept a lot of his army alive. Hellions are diving back in. Again, they're not going to really find too much damage. Oh my god. No. Kuro, no. Emil. It looks like I'm gonna have to solo cast. Fun fact, there is a storm going on in Poland at the moment, which is where Kuro is, and it is very possible that something has happened to either her internet or her electricity. So yeah, and previously it was Mind that was lagging out. Now it is Kuro. Again, I guess I should mention this. We didn't say it before, but Kuro, she is based in Poland. That is where her accent comes from, and Poland coincides with Emil. So Funada Emil in the chat, shaking my head. So it does mean for the rest of this game, at least, I will be solo casting. Hopefully nothing too bad has happened to Kuro and she can join us later on. But there we go. She has left the game and we are going to be diving in. Thankfully, it wasn't at a too critical of a moment. I say that. Oh god, we'll see if HeRoMaRinE pulls out. Oh my god, he commits even further. And he trades beautifully against these things. All these things are going to be picked off here, and HeRoMaRinE does back off without losing a single Hellion. Look at the units lost. 1 Marine. That's all that has gone down this game. That's insane. Meanwhile, the Marines of HeRoMaRinE, they dive back in. They actually almost they do get a queen. Oh my god. just the value, the sheer value of these units. Not just that queen, but 5 drones went down on top of that. Jesus Christ. And here we go, HeRoMaRinE, he's back with a vengeance. He does have a Raven alongside these Hellions. With this Raven, he can clear up all of this creep, make it even more difficult for Vanya to have eyes on the map and defend his bases. Oof. Jesus Christ. The aggression just doesn't stop. Behind this, yo, Stim is now completed, so these Marines, suddenly they are so much more powerful out here on the map. At the same time, all this creep is being cleaned up, and Vanya just can't do anything about it. Oh my god. And here we go. Behind all of this, Vanya has droned up on 3 bases. We do see that, you know, we had a very relatively fast lair. That lair was for bathing speed and a spire. As a result of this, the upgrades, the E-bays, were a little bit late. I say that. There we go. Double Evo chambers were thrown down. They were delayed because of this spire, but they're still on the way, you know, and they will be coming into play at some point. Meanwhile, I believe the spire hasn't been scouted yet. Oh god, meanwhile, this job is gonna go down. Ooh, the medevac does get picked off. And suddenly the aggression is a lot more intense here for Vanya. Now I can breathe a little bit easier here. As the Hellions do get chased away, I want to quickly check the vision of HeRoMaRinE here. And yeah, confirmation, he has not seen the spire. He does not know the mutas are on the way. Does it matter though? That's the question. To be fair, he's not ready for them. He doesn't have missile turrets. He is working on widow mines, but they are not set up yet. So the mutas, they could surprise him. Meanwhile, ooh, nice round here. Every single Hellion is going to go down. Finally, the value of big game has been solved, but in come the Marines. Not just the Marines, but also the widow mines. We just see a cancel on the 4th base. There is Ling Bane to defend. They are 0-0, and yo, look at the timing here. 1-1 just about to kick in for HeRoMaRinE. Oh. Meanwhile, there we go. Mutas are on the way. Unfortunately, HeRoMaRinE, he does let up on the aggression. I guess it's understandable. You know, he's dealt the damage he needed to. He delayed the 4th base. He's turning around. Meanwhile, the mutas show up, and there are no missile turrets, mate. Oh, but there are Marines. Despite the mutas being unscouted, like, they kill, what, 3 SCVs, and that's it. The mine does get borrowed. Ooh. And in the midst of that chaos, 3 mutas went down? I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was maybe 1. But 3 mutas going down is insane. Oh my god. 3 mutas for 3 SCVs? That is not worth it, mate. I know the numbers are equal, but not quite the same. Meanwhile, the mutas are trying to find some value. Oh, can they pick off the Raven? The Raven! Okay, there are Marines in position. They do force the mutas back. Raven does survive for now. At the same time, behind this, 2-2 is on the way. Oh, at least +2. Drilling Claws is on the way as well. Vanya is going to find this small pocket force of Marines, but the rest are hitting this 4th base. And yo, are we going to see another cancel on the 4th? Vanya, please. Here we go. The Banelings are rolling on in. He does get the widow mines, but only the widow mines. Oh my god, the Marines, they just don't stop coming. That's a kill, not a cancel. Vanya, please. He's falling apart. He just can't get a 4th base up and running. Instead, he's going for a massive run by. He knows that he cannot deal with these Marines, and this could just be it. Sure, the Lings hit, but they're reinforcements. The Lings are going to do nothing. Meanwhile, across the map, the Banelings are not enough, and now the 3rd base is under threat. Oh my god, looks like the mutas are across the map as well. Again, Vanya is trying to do whatever he can, but there are plenty of Marines here. We do see some decent splits, but that is it. GG gets called.